What's up everyone? So today's tutorial is going to be on the one-hand club mill. Okay, I have lots more coming. I'll be doing a two-hand club mill and mace stuff and more kettlebell stuff. So lots of tutorials coming. Stay tuned and pay attention for those coming out. Now, one-hand club mill is my all-time favorite club exercise. And so let me go over the details of how we're going to do this. And just remember, there's always variations on styles. I'm going to show you, once I go through the mechanics of the club mill, I'm going to show you the two variations on how you move your body as well. Okay, so first things first. So we get the club. You're going to be working in the frontal plane line, right? That separates anterior from posterior. So this plane line right here. So I'm going to rotate and turn to one side. I've got my forearm parallel to the floor. I'm going to punch out, tip, swing, and catch. Right? So we want to swing with a straight arm. I'm trying to hit in here. Swing with a straight arm, pull the elbow back into the side. Now my forearm is directly in that frontal plane line. Okay? Even here, it's in that, it's right on the plane line. It's not tilted one way or the other. If you're angled one way or the other, that's how you could potentially hit yourself. You can't hit yourself if you're in the frontal plane line because you're moving your torso with it, okay? So as I go here, I punch, tip, swing, catch. Then I'm going to lift the elbow up. And as I do that, I'm simultaneously going to be rotating and pull the elbow down so that the forearm is back down to parallel, okay? So a lot of components there. You want to do them slow, okay? You want to start with a very light weight. Let's do it again here. So what's going to happen is, and I recommend this, by the way, when you're learning, I recommend you stop at your 90 degree with your arm and forearm, your 90 degree positions. So you stop, lift, turn, stop. Now this is actually a little harder because you're burning that grip trying to stabilize everything and stop the movement, when eventually you'll just use momentum to go through it, which still works the grip and all that. But that being said, we are going to punch, tip, swing, and so it's going to look like this. Eventually it's just going to look like this, okay? All right, now a couple things. The way I learned it originally, and this is correct as well, is you lean away from it. So as you punch and tip, you lean away, you catch. I'm leaning away. So if you watch how my body moves, okay, this is fine. But what I developed over time, kind of my own style, from doing those long marathon 30-minute sets, I go with the weight. So as we do it, I lean a little. You don't lean too much here. You keep your structure good, but I lean a little and go into it. So watch, see how I'm kind of catch the weight, and then I even, if you can see my feet, let's go back a little bit, try not to hit anything in here, and then I rotate my feet just a tiny bit. Now what you have to understand is this is thoracic rotation. This is not rotation of the hips, right? I'm not turning the hips on this. So you want to keep some of those components in mind, okay? Either style is fine. I like going with the weight. Works really well for me. I believe it actually preserves the grip a little bit, so I can do pretty heavy weights for very long sets. Both are very good. I use both still. Sometimes I still use the other technique. In fact, I use that very much when I do the two-hand mills. But that being said, I think that covers all the key details. We want to make sure, one other thing, we want to make sure that we hit those positions. That's why I want you to go through it slowly over and over and over so you can really hit those positions, because if you cast too soon, now would I say this is incorrect? Well, in my opinion, it kind of is. As I come down, if I don't bring the elbow all the way down and try and cast from way up here, it's a little bit of a variation on a club mill, but you don't cast up here. You have to bring the elbow down and punch. It's not a cast like you're casting a fishing rod, right? It's bring it down, punch out, and tip. Okay, that's what it actually is. And the main reason for this, in my opinion, is when you try to cast out, you really can strain that triceps tendon. Okay, it puts a lot of pressure on there. If that technique works for you, that's fine, but it does put a lot of pressure on the triceps tendon that's unnecessary, and if we just do the full movements. I think a lot of people do it because they want to do faster, or if they're doing it for competition. I've heard and seen lots of variations. These are two variations that I think work the best. As far as body movement, the mechanics are the same in the way I do it from the way I originally learned it as well. Okay, but as far as the body movement, if you have any questions, let me know. Stay strong. I'll see you next time.